Hi, this is a personal series of videos. My documented name is Justina Agnieszka Chevalier, and these videos are meant to extend personal rejections that are formed as from now on forward. I wish not to be prevented from pursuing romantically or as work, interest, or hobby on account of love of a person who has rejected me enough times or has been enough times not pursuing me, knowing that I am interested for sure to date that person, uh, and keeps on using me to have the impression or an illusion of being a pending option for the future. So those rejections are for persons that not necessarily I have had any sex with or and I have ever been in love, but it could be so. Or it is not also a statement that that person was in love, nor that that person ever desired me. It is also not so. It is just a statement that in this regard of my relationship status, a place of living, documentation, or any other monetary status or health, I do not ever from now to forward, do not ever consider it possible to pursue myself as most wanted love or exclusive relationship or in any sort of sex or an insinuation of sex with a given person because I am not capable of it, meaning I do not love or desire that person and I don't want to change it, and do not think that having current baseline in memories, meaning I do think that I love enough that it is possible to change it to make that person more than the others. That is also to say that does not mean at all that I do not wish to, for instance, being on account of that person involved in that person's pursuits, be it professional or personal, of other persons to marry and assist as such, and can guarantee that I am in no way de facto in mind or in person obstacle being non-desired. I can guarantee that that person cannot desire me or love me because I don't desire or love that person. And so that is a list of persons that for sure, for a lifetime, until I am actually, I don't know how to describe it, hopefully alive forever, but even if I am a ghost, I would not wish to have a relationship or have sex with, as opposed to persons that I have such doubt, which are not all, or persons that I have that let's say more reason to think that if that person pursued me, that person would be preferred over others because of a dream especially, or in person think that can be blamed on external factors that cause that person. I do not think that is by self source of my rejection of my person, romantic or sexual, but somebody else is. And so that each time that person allows to have somebody else speaking in favor or against that person, that is not reliable. And that's why I rumors I person I don't like, that is not reliable. And when I dream about a person, whether that dream comes true or that dream in person is rejected by that person, denied in existence, that is completely 100% irrelevant in if that person is aware of that dream, or if that person, even in cases of love making, shared that dream and enabled it, unless of course that person enforces on me dreaming about that person, preventing in fact in real life or in own dreams, forcing out others from me to being happy, which is then a problem. And that is why those confessions of non-love and non-desire combined, and therefore not wishing ever to have any child, are made and are from me, I, Justyna Agnieszka Chevalier, that's my legal name, born Włodarczyk, and who is to change a legal in name, to be able to afford no longer considerations of persons, third parties especially, if, or rumors, if that person who I know for sure I don't want, if that person is actually wanting or not wanting, or if that can be convinced to or not. Because that really is unkind, be it by a person who is insecure simply and does not want to date me, or by persons who actually are so secure that are wishing to find any excuse to not to be pursued, and push these people who are innocent on me, in rumors or otherwise, to have that person then being source of defense, or fighting, or being a punching bag, which happens often. And that is wrong. That is not okay to woo two women, insinuate that none of them is loved enough, and then turn against one another women, so that we are in hate, having one, for instance, taking a professional position, not that she does not deserve, she may deserve it, but take it over, while the other one resigned for the man, because that man claims to desire her more. And desiring her more, he stays at work as opposed to resigning to marry, which is unethical and is a source of corruption, because desiring more at work means people provide for children, and that is no sex, no child, providing for a company that costs death of these people, childless, and marriages that are being kept as a show, puppet show outside, to have people being provided or paid off and divorced on a determined date, to pursue someone from work, or someone from determined by self from the past, that was loved more, so that marriage was about avoiding or having as little sex as possible, or skipping sex so that there's no disgust, and having a child provided, to then settle and have that child as proof that marriage was real. That is wrong. And that is why I made that list. And if someone will not stick to it, named by first and last name, I will file for restraining orders from these persons. And please do not place me in jail or report me for insinuation that those people love me or desire me, because I am not insinuating that. What I'm saying is, the way that societies are constructed is that persons who may not wish to pursue me are impeded from work, from education, or from income or food, because of being forced on me to, for instance, make me change location and go back to Poland, or on the opposite, bring a new group of immigrants to pursue then persons as me being less, or being bored, or being a livestock because of being stuck up, pursuing persons who have less education than me, as opposed to me, that I may actually happen to love. And that is not fair to me, in whichever that is an let's say whichever way. It can be a person that I love because I want to marry, and it being single, it may be just because actually do not wish to have physical asexual, in fact, sex, to have that person not love me because at some point we reject one another's child, because somebody else may be better and or is wooing us somewhere else, maybe one day. That is unfair. That has to be caused by other people uh, making such a prevention de facto. I don't know, keeping hostage, not by a person saying, I do not want you because I do not want to have your child, because I don't desire you enough, or I love someone else, which means sometimes the same. And that no one wants. We all want to be most desired, and disillusionment is realizing that one is not desired as much as one desires, or not as loved as somebody else. Be it a brother who prefers to point out to someone else, or a person who actually is determined to point to anyone, to have that person prevent any relationship, which to me is childhood stalking and not love, regardless of if those persons need to clean hotels for an income, for instance, or do road works, and prevent me from pursuing medical license and having my documents on me, or not, because I am not mistaking love with work.